Welcome to W&L Sports Weekly. I'm Jeremy Franklin. This week we'll speak with football coach Scott Abell, men's soccer captain Al Organ, and men's cross country captain Levi Waring. But first, a quick look back at the weekend in Washington and Lee athletics. Volleyball went 3-0 at the Warner Center, beating ODAC rivals Eastern Mennonite and Bridgewater in straight sets and picking up a 3-1 victory over non-conference foe St. Mary's. The Generals have now won 12 straight matches. Field hockey defeated St. Mary's 1-0, while football lost its home opener 28-23 to Center under the lights at Wilson Field. In women's tennis, Patricia Kirkland and Sonia Meehan won the ITA Southeast Regional Doubles title in Fredericksburg, qualifying for the national championships by defeating teammates Brooke Donnelly and Megan Buell in the final. First-year Mary Frances Hall won the ODAC Preview Tournament in women's golf, while the men's team tied for 11th at the Tournament Town Championship Preview in Greensboro. Back in Lexington, women's soccer stayed unbeaten with a 6-0 win over Guilford, and men's soccer lost 2-1 to defending ODAC champion Virginia Wesleyan. I'm joined now by football coach Scott Abell. Scott, welcome back to the show.
Thanks for having me, Jeremy.
The team is 0-3 on the year. The Generals' 3 losses have come by a combined 10 points. You've got a lot of young guys seeing significant action on both sides of the football. Is it frustrating to be so close to winning but not to have been able to pull one out so far?
Well, yeah, I think I speak for everyone in our program right now that certainly it is a little frustrating to be so close each and every week, but to come away empty. But you know, our guys continue to fight hard and they're playing hard. And as you said, we're extremely young, and you know, the youth hopefully will learn from this and gain experience. So, you know, later on down the season, we can make some of those plays and finish the game.
A point of emphasis for the Washington and Lee offense this year has been to expand the role of the passing game. How is that process going?
Well, it's an ongoing process. You know, we've certainly seen improvement. You know, I think here we are 3 weeks into it, and we've already thrown for more yards than we threw for last year. We've already thrown for more touchdown passes than we threw last year. You know, the bright sides, you know, Charlie Nelson hadn't thrown an interception to this date, but we have to be more consistent, you know, in our passing game. You know, yeah, we got to protect a little better at times. We have to make some more catches for our quarterbacks at times, and our quarterbacks got to continue to focus on the reads that we're teaching them and make better decisions.
The conference schedule is right around the corner, but the team's open date falls this Saturday. How can that benefit Washington and Lee?
Well, it gives us another week to really try to get our young kids caught up. You know, it's hard for football when you arrive in August to play college football, to play catch up with all the schematics that we're teaching on both sides of the football. And we're asking so many young guys to contribute on both sides. So this gives us kind of an extra week before we get into conference play to really help catch those guys up on what we want them to learn and how we need them to grow as we head into our conference.
What do the Generals need to do to be successful in ODAC play?
Well, you know, I think we need to continue to improve each and every week, you know, and we have, and I think our guys are determined that they will continue to work hard and play hard. I think on both sides of football, offensively, we have to continue to find ways to make some bigger plays. You know, I mean, our option game is solid. You know, we've been able to move the football, but consistently scoring has been a struggle at times because we haven't consistently made big plays. And defensively, kind of the same note. You know, I think we're playing extremely well on the defense side of the football, but we're not making a ton of huge plays. You know, the big interceptions, the big sacks in the backfield for big losses, and then you know, those are points of emphasis as we head into our first conference game.
Scott, thanks for joining us here. Best of luck in ODAC play.
Thanks for having me, Jeremy.
With me now is Al Organ, senior soccer captain from St. Paul, Minnesota. Al, welcome back to the show.
Thanks for having me, Jeremy.
Your new coach, Michael Singleton, replaces a 38-year veteran of the sidelines in Rolf Brandian. How is the transition going for Coach Singleton?
Yeah, well, replacing Rolf is a tall task for anyone, but it's been a smooth transition already with Coach Singleton coming in. The whole team's really rallying behind his new leadership and philosophy, and I think we'll see more success as the season continues.
How is the balance between the upper class experience and some young talent working out for the Generals so far this year?
Yeah, well, we've got a really core group of upperclassmen this season, and the leadership's been great so far. We only have 8 upperclassmen, and so as a result of that, we really rely on the underclassmen to kind of step up, especially after Ben Bayless, the junior captain, broke his toe in the first game of the season. We've been relying on Sam Napke, Kevin Molnar, and Austin Gilbert to come in, fill his role in the middle, and then also we have Andrew Kim out wide that's been playing really well on the wing.
The team has started off ODAC play with a pair of 2-1 losses to Guilford and Virginia Wesleyan. You had a chance to win both of those games. What does the team need to do to turn these close defeats into 3 points?
Yeah, both of those games were really tough losses. We thought that we should have had the victory in both. We had a lot of chances in both games, and the other team just kind of pulled out with a victory. But we've talked a lot about it at practice, at video sessions, and what the team really just needs to do is get that mental focus and execute the game plan once we get into the game, and keep focused once we're on the field for the full 90 minutes. I think once we be able to do that, we'll turn those losses into victories.
What are your expectations for Washington and Lee during your senior season?
Coming into the season, we had very specific goals as upperclassmen and as seniors. We have a very special senior class with only 4 of us, and we really thought that coming in we had a good team, and we want to win the conference and make it to nationals. And even though we started off the conference 0-2, I think we still have a really good chance at continuing the season, find success, and have success in the postseason.
Al, thanks for joining us here. Best of luck the rest of the way.
Thanks for having me, Jeremy.
I'm joined now by Levi Waring, junior cross-country captain from Williamsburg. Levi, welcome back to the show.
Thank you.
Washington and Lee opened the season by placing second at Sewanee. You finished behind only a Division II program. And then you won the John Tucker Invitational back at home. How well have the Generals run so far?
So far, we've run really well. We've had a couple guys out, but considering that, we've raced really well. We've got a bunch of guys. We've done a bunch of mileage over the summer, so we have a big base coming in. We're still kind of weary from that, but considering everything that's going on so far, it's been a great season. So,
you're a junior captain on a very, very young team. How do you view your leadership role with the Generals?
I'm really trying to focus on getting the freshmen engaged and leading them on the course. I look to the 2 other juniors that are on the team, Jacob Strauss and Mark Ginsberg. I look to them for a lot of advice, and they help with the leadership role as well. And together we're sort of leading both the sophomores and then the freshmen.
Looking way ahead to November, what are the keys to postseason success for Washington and Lee?
The biggest thing is keeping everyone injury-free. That's been a hard part, of the season so far. We've got 2 or 3 guys that are out, but we're just looking to get them healthy and racing well at their best at ODACs and then regionals. We're trying to get everyone 100% at regionals. And then in addition to that, we're trying to get a spread between our top and our 5th guy to be pretty narrow. At the past meet, we were around 2 minutes between our 1st and our 5th guy. And that is a big problem if it's going to be that big of a spread in a larger meet. So we're working to sort of get that gap a little smaller.
What are the Generals looking to accomplish at Salisbury this weekend?
At Salisbury, we're looking to get 1st or 2nd place. We're going to go ahead and start working on getting the spread down. We've got 2 guys that haven't raced yet this year. That would be Ian McDonald and then Jacob Strauss. So they're going to be in the competition this week, and we're hoping to see some good races from them. And then hopefully everyone can have a decent PR because it's a flat course. So some fast times should be coming out of this weekend.
Levi, thanks for joining us here. Best of luck throughout the season.
Thanks for having me.
It's time now for a look at the upcoming weekend. The cross-country teams head to Salisbury for Saturday's Don Cathcart Invitational. The women's race begins at 9:45, followed by the men's meet at 10:30. Field hockey will take on 16th-ranked Mary Washington at the turf field. Volleyball plays host to a tri-match at the Warner Center, facing ODAC foe Emory and Henry before meeting Mary Washington later in the day. Women's soccer travels to Lynchburg for an ODAC match against Randolph, while men's soccer visits Hampton-Sydney. And the men's tennis team returns to Fredericksburg for the ITA Southeast Regional Championships at Mary Washington. For W&L Sports Weekly, I'm Jeremy Franklin. Thanks for watching.